We are going to learn how to create lab tests in the SuperMed Ultra. So you go to your lab workspace and you have these options here, including list of lab tests. So we clicked on the list of lab tests. We are going to add a new lab test, which we call the lab test template. So you click on add new lab test template. And here you would give a name, for instance, FBC. So we have FBC, we select the department, FBC. Let me also give it another name, maybe FBC stroke complete blood count, the CBC, like the Americans would call it. So we have this. And then the department will be hematology. Okay, I think they just use this hematology, HAE. The department will be hematology. We'll use the same lab test name as the item code. Then the item group, it will be under laboratory. So with that, we leave this blank and we say it's billable. So we'll give it a price, maybe 150 Ghana cedis or whichever currency you are using. So that's it for that. We have to save. Once we save, well, it says this one exists already. I'm just trying to use it as an example. So I'll just name it this way so that I see that it works, just so that we use it as an example. Okay, so now the lab has been saved. So it's just FBC. I just gave it a double name because um, it's already there. I'm just doing this as an example. So now we've saved the lab. That's the price and everything. We have to give the result format. So under the result format, we click on this tab and then we'll select the result format, whether it's a single lab, a compound test, a descriptive test, or a group test. As for these, don't worry too much about the rest. We'll get there. So if it's a single lab test is a lab that has only one value, like RBS, the random blood sugar. So when you check the random blood sugar, you only get one value, like 5.6 millimoles per deciliter or maybe 10 millimoles per deciliter. It's just one value. When we take a compound test, a compound test is like FBC or urine ARI. It contains different parameters under the same test. For instance, FBC contains the WBC, the HB, the platelets, and so many other components. Similarly, urine ARI also contains different components, like we have the leukocytes, the urine leukocytes, the past cells, whether there's blood in urine and all that. So you have several parameters under that name called urine ARI. So in this case, FBC is a compound test. So I'll select compound test. Once I select compound, I have this form here. I'm going to add the different parameters. So the parameter is called an event, like HB. Let me use caps, HB. Then we'll select the unit of measurement. So HB, if you don't have the unit of measurement here, you can just create it and then add it. I'll just select something here. I don't think I have the value here. So I'll just select something for now. This is just for an example. Then we'll add the other parameter, WBC. Then we'll select our measurement also here. So I'll just select something just for now. And then you have the option to enter the normal ranges. So based on your machine you are using and whatever normal ranges you have in your location, you put them there, here. So I've just done HB, WBC. Let me just add platelets. So you add all the parameters under this compound test called FBC. You do it once, and then once you save it, next time somebody requests for FBC, these parameters that you've added will be on the form, the results form, so that you just fill the values. So this is where we are doing the configuration, and the configuration is what will be on the results form when you run a lab test and you are entering the results. Okay, so the point is the way you arrange the values here will be the same way to show on your form. So there's a lab that wants the WBC to be first, the HB to be in the middle, and the platelet to be at the bottom. There may be another lab that wants to rearrange stuff. So somebody may want, instead of the HB to be first, they want the platelet to be first. So you will do your own arrangement here and then put HB here maybe. In this case, this is how I want it. So the HB, obviously the unit of measurement to be grams per deciliter. I haven't put it here. So I'll just take something like this for now. But we can add units of measurements. Let me just use this opportunity to add one so that you see. So I'll create a unit of measurements. Once I create it, it's just grams per deciliter. Okay, let me use the small grams per deciliter, right? Okay, it says it's already there. So why didn't I see it earlier? Maybe I didn't check. So grams per deciliter. Okay, that's it here. So I'll select it. So sometimes if you can't find it, you can just start typing it. It will just show. All the genes will show. And then you see. So as I just started typing gene stroke something, that one is here. So that's how you do it. So WBC, I think it's normally times 10 raised to the power something. Let me see if I can see. Times 10. So I don't have it. So I can add it so that I can select it. And the platelets too will be in different values. So we have this here like this. Okay. So with this, you can now save. So in this case, at this point, we can also add the. So once we are done with this, we can come up here and add a sample collection. So we select the kind of sample we'll be using for this particular test, the quantity, normal quantity, the usual quantity, and then the collection details, all that will be there. So once we start using the test, we have all these values as the default values for the sample. And then if you want to do any medical coding, we come here and add those things here. Then worksheet legend, you can put in instructions for your colleagues and stuff like that as you are running your tests. Okay, so I'll save this. And now we have our FBC. So once a doctor requests for a lab and then we select the patient, we'll see the FBC form and all the result formats that we entered here will show with the normal ranges we have entered here. So we just enter the values and save, and that will be all. And then we can print the results for the client. Okay.